Okay, so I know I posted the other day how I was reading Jill's like tell-all, like counting the cost, whatever, and so I finished it. It's a really, really easy read. If you kind of grew up watching the Duggars and followed them at all, like it is kind of mind-blowing because, I mean, growing up, like they were always too good to be true, and clearly they were. And it's just like you didn't even realize how deep the manipulation of Jim Bob went until you read this book. Like, it just blew my mind that he even stated to his daughter, like, well, this is how much, like, food I paid for you and, like, rent throughout your life. Like, that's your freaking kid. Like, you shouldn't put a cost on your children, you know? I don't know. Not to mention having a whole show counting on Jill and Jessa, and she literally wasn't even getting paid. Or let's exploit our children's birth and pregnancy announcements and everything because it needs to be for social media. Like, these poor children literally grew up so exploited. You're saying that you didn't want your children, like, around the opposite sex, like, typically, but then it was fine that your daughters were being filmed in their bedrooms with 7 grown men. Hypocritical much? But I guess it's fine when it's for the money. Ministry. What I did find kind of shocking through all of it, though, is that her, like, Michelle still is such an important figure in her life, and just that her mom was always seen as a strong person to her and always will be, and like she really has nothing negative to say about Michelle. The roots are really just Jim Bob. But I'm very glad for her for putting her foot down and Derek helping her to like see the light of what the root issue in that family really was, and a lot of it was just this filming and money issue. Because other than that, she said she had a great childhood. So definitely read it. It touches a little bit more on like her feelings towards Josh, just that he's not a good person to her and he never will be, but a lot of things were just felt like things that she had to do, apologies and public apologies and stuff, like just all of that. And she also goes into detail about her traumatic birth with her son Samuel, which never really was touched anywhere else, but like we knew that she had some kind of traumatic birth. We didn't know the full extent, and just kind of her going back and forth on the thought that like you're supposed to have so many kids, and like all of a sudden this issue made it so she probably couldn't have that many kids, which was a good thing to her but also a bad thing just because of how she grew up. Like if you grow up a certain way, it's hard to just immediately turn a switch. And so I think it was interesting to see those battles. And honestly, I hope that maybe some of her siblings can read that and maybe see that there is an issue that they need to address too. So I definitely recommend that book, and sorry I don't have it. I left it downstairs and I am too lazy, but that is my take.